Today it's really sunny and it's about 23 degrees. The sky is just going to go completely dark. But it could be a nice image, we'll see. It's actually got quite a nice atmospheric feel to it.
That's a steep hill.
I've come out this afternoon, late afternoon, it's heading up towards sunset, to the slopes of Cabezón del Oro mountain to try and do something a bit different. I want to do a shot in the woodland. Don't know if it's going to work out, but there is some quite nice woodland here, so we'll see. So perhaps I ought to mention the hat. I'm not used to seeing me wearing one. You may have noticed I'm kind of lacking any natural UV protection, and today it's really sunny. In fact, it's the end of January, not quite, and it's about 23 degrees. Crazy weather. This time last year, almost exactly, there was snow on a beach only 20 kilometres from here. And today it's blue skies, not a cloud in sight, and really warm. But actually there's another reason for the hat. When the sun's bright, my head reflects the light, and I've noticed that on the videos. So I thought I'd try wearing a hat and see how that works out. Now the problem is, when it comes to taking pictures, this is going to get in the way. So I'm either going to take it off, or I'm going to put it on backwards. The problem with putting it on backwards is I think I was born about 2 decades too late to feel comfortable with wearing a baseball cap backwards. Anyway, we'll see how it works out. So I've got a composition set up here, low down on the tripod, using this big rock in the foreground here, which is sitting pretty much on the intersection of the thirds on the right hand side at the bottom, and then trees going back, bushes, more trees, and then you can just see the mountain in the background and some blue sky up above. The light is coming in from the side, which is creating some quite nice light. There's not a lot of shadows coming through, but it's quite pleasant. And I'm shooting very wide angle, 10mm, so I've got some problems with converging verticals. So I've actually composed slightly wider than I want, because I'm going to have to correct those in post to make it look right. The sky is quite bright, so the exposure might be a little bit of a challenge. F16, I'm going to try 1/3 of a second. And 1/3 of a second is blowing the sky out, so I'm going to come back to 1/6 of a second. and a sixth of a second looks quite nice. Some of the shadows might be a bit dark, but because I've got the one at a third of a second, I can exposure merge them if I absolutely need to, although I'd probably try not to. But it could be a nice image, we'll see. Okay, that's it. On my way back to the car. About 20 minutes walking, 25 minutes driving, or maybe the other way around, I can't remember. And I'll be home in time for dinner. Hopefully, otherwise I'll be in trouble. This has probably been a fairly short segment, just that little bit of woodland. So I am going to carry this video forwards into another shoot. So that'll be coming up in a few seconds. Don't change the channel. I'm on a beach, so a bit different to the first part of the video. The weather forecast for this morning showed we were going to have quite a lot of cloud that way, clearer skies that way, but I'm not sure that's going to work out. There's a lot of cloud over there. I think I'm going to try a quick shot here. It's about 30 minutes before sunrise, and I've set up a composition using these rocks down here as some foreground. There's some nice colour in the sky, there's a big bank of cloud over there, and I'm going to shoot probably a 30-second exposure. What I'm also going to do is actually just use my little head torch just to paint a little bit of light on those rocks in the foreground, and hopefully that might make for an interesting image. After that, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do here, because the conditions weren't really what I was expecting. There's some nice colour in the sky, so we might be in for something interesting a bit later, we'll see. Right now I'm looking over there, I'm just looking at that mist and the colour around the mountains there. I'm thinking I might actually do a quick long lens shot of that, because that could look quite nice. So I'm going to set up quickly to do that now. Okay, I've set up the shot here, looking across. There's a stone breakwater running across, then the hills and the mountains in the background in layers with that mist across. The mist is going really fast, so I'm doing a shot now. Alright, 105mm, f11, and I think I'll do 8 seconds. Let's see what that looks like. It's actually got quite a nice atmospheric feel to it. It's not what I came out to get this morning, but it might work. We've still got 20 minutes till sunrise, and the cloud that was over that way is coming across. So we're just losing all of the sky at the moment. I've got a sneaking suspicion that in the next 5 or 10 minutes the sky is just going to go completely dark, and if it does that, I'm going to pack up and go home, because there'll be no point. But hopefully getting here early might mean that that shot that I took down on the rocks with that little bit of light painting going on might be interesting, and I think that shot across to the mountains might be quite good. Right, I've set up for a shot using the rocks in the foreground, looking out across to that last little bit of colour in the sky. That cloud is just closing in. I'm going f16 because I'm pretty close to the rocks, and 25 seconds. We are really seeing the last of the light now. That cloud is just closing in. It's going to go completely dark, and it might even rain. I've gone to a shorter exposure, just 13 seconds, because it's blowing the sky out, just in that one patch where there's colour, which is I really don't want it to do. So I'm trying this one. It might be a case of merging the exposures if the image works at all. That might be an interesting image, I'm not sure. Okay, we're 10 minutes before sunrise, but the cloud has just closed in completely. There's no light on the scene, there's no colour in the sky, there's not even any texture in the sky, it's just a solid bank of cloud. So I'm going to pack up, head for home, get coffee, get breakfast, and hope that by getting here early I got a couple of images that I wouldn't otherwise have got. That's also it for this video. Two very different locations, very different scenes, very different conditions with the weather. I hope you enjoyed the variety. I'll do my usual request for likes, shares, comments and subscribes. They are really appreciated and really helpful. And I'll just say until the next video, thanks very much for watching and goodbye.